Hey, how you doing? Steve Chrysler here. Today I want to talk about 4 ways your income is going to go up every single month until you finally plateau off at whatever high rate you want to be at. So those 4 factors are this, and this goes. This is kind of a continuation of a previous video I did where I talked about how your income does go up every month while you're building your business. But here's the specific reasons, and I'll talk about each of those individually. And there's 4 of them. The first one is just obvious. It's clients, the number of clients. So the more clients you have, obviously, the more money you're going to have each month. So if you have, say, the first month you start off, you get 1 client, 2 clients. The next month you pick up another 2, 3 clients. Obviously, that's going to help increase your monthly income. This happened to me, all 4 of these things happened to me over a several year span. And I went from making very little money per year and per month, I should say. And then over the months, I just started, as things started to click in, it was every single month, I was just leapfrogging my previous month's income. And it was mind-boggling to me to go from not having anything and being afraid all the time to just every month making more and more money and being able to do things and get the things I wanted and stuff like that. So it's really a beautiful ride, and that really happens all the way up to the point of where you max out. You really max out. I mean, these other factors that I get into help you continue to increase that amount that you can make. But eventually you're going to kind of plateau out at a high rate and making a lot of money per month. And you either kind of at that point, you need to either hire somebody else, kind of build up a team, or just hire a helper, which I dabbled in just briefly over the years, but it was never really my thing. I'm not into people management and that kind of thing. I'd rather just have everything on me. I do as much as I can, which is good enough, and live a very comfortable life. So, and I don't have to worry about managing somebody else. But that for other people, that's another way that you can continue to increase that monthly income rate. Keep building up a team, a bigger and bigger team, bigger and bigger practice. And this works with both bookkeeping businesses, tax businesses, bookkeeping and tax businesses. So it pertains to all. All right. So obviously the number of clients you have per month, as that goes up, you're going to be making more money per month. If you have 2 clients this month and then pick up 2 more the next month, you have 4. You're most likely, unless you're really lowering your rates on your first one, you're going to be making more money just by default. All right. The second biggest thing is really comes down to your experience with clients. All right. What does that mean? Your experience with clients. It's your experience in getting clients, sealing the deal with the client, communicating with the client. All of that takes, well, first of all, when you're first starting out, you may have more difficulty landing the client than 2 years from now. You're just going to get more efficient at talking to clients, determining what their needs are, determining if they're a good fit for you, and that you're a good fit for them. And all of this takes time, it takes experience, and just the more times you do it, the more the better you get at it. But all of this eats into your energy, your daily time, and so your experience with not only getting the client, but also getting the information you need from the client, communicating with the client, back and forth with emails to set up and get the information you need. All of that takes time, eats into your day, eats into your time that you could be spending getting other clients, getting networking and advertising, that kind of stuff. So all that eats away at other stuff. But as you gain an experience with dealing with clients, it opens up more time and energy to do other stuff, all right, and get other clients, work on those clients, the work for those clients, that kind of stuff. All very important. But the trajectory of all of these over time is it just goes up. Your experience goes up, number of clients goes up. All right. So here's another thing that goes up. This is number 3, your efficiency. Another very important factor. From day one, I have to focus so I can spell it correctly. That's sloppy, but efficiency. You're going to be slow at working around the software. How do you do this? How do you do that? You have to stop. The whole learn as you go, just-in-time learning, I call it, where you're working on a client's books, and then you run into something that you have to stop and ask questions of the group with, or research, that kind of stuff. Your efficiency of not only the software, but just your overall processes. You're going to develop processes so if it's bookkeeping, you're going to have processes of getting the information, getting it into the software, dealing with the client. If it's taxes, you're going to have a process of from start to finish, getting the information from the client all the way through having the tax return fully prepared and signed off on and e-filed. So those are all efficiencies that happen over time. In the beginning, it may take you X amount of time to do a particular client, but a year down the road, that exact same client would only take you a much shorter amount of time. So all of these things, what they do is this one and this one, what it does is it opens up more time in the day to where you can be adding more clients to your plate. So when you're inexperienced and inefficient, the amount of time that you have in, say, a given day to work on clients is, let's say you have time, this is just throwing out numbers, it's let's say you only have time to work on 4, all right? But as you gain an experience and efficiency, down the road, you're going to have enough time to work on, say, 8. Then as more time goes by, you're going to have enough time in the day and enough room on your plate to work on 12. The amount of tax returns I can knock out now and the amount of bookkeeping clients I can knock out now is I can do those super fast because I've done them so many times. But in the beginning, you're stumbling around. It takes more time. All right, so here's another thing. So that's why it's important just to get in, get going. The sooner you get going, the sooner you're going to start gaining clients, gaining experience, and gaining efficiency. So then, when all of these beautiful things are happening, you can also do this. Increase your rates. That's something that I continue to do, and you should too over time, is your rates should just continue to go up over time up to a point where you'd be pricing yourself out of things. But when you're first starting out, your rates shouldn't be that high. They should be, and it depends on how hungry you are. I have videos on that, and I talk about it in my courses. But there are ways to price your stuff in the beginning when you're hungry. You need the experience. You're actually getting paid to learn. Those are all reasons why your rates should be lower. But as you're gaining clients, you're going to gain experience. You're going to gain in efficiency, and you're going to gain in confidence. When you're talking to potential clients, you're going to know what you're talking about a lot more. You're going to be more confident, and your plate's going to be fairly full. So you're not hungry to where you need to fill in those gaps with some low priced rates. You can raise your rates, and if you get that client, great. Because then you're getting them at a higher rate. If you don't get them, that's not a big deal. You'll get the next one maybe, but you don't actually need them at that point. So I'm at a point in my career where I do take on new clients, but I'm very picky at it. about it, and they're going to come in at a high rate. That was not the case when I first started out, and for a lot of years for me. But I took the long road to be where I am, which I talk about in my webinar and my courses. So, and you may know all about that in my path already. But that is how it works. Is when you're first starting out, you're at a lower rate. You need to be filling up your plate with clients, and as time goes on, you're gaining in all this stuff and your confidence and talking to potential clients, and you do command a higher rate. So at that time, so these are the four ways you will increase your income every month up to a certain point, and it'll still continue to climb if you do things right. And there are other little things that you can do too, which is price some of your lower ones out, like by raising the price on them. And if they stick around, great. And if they don't, then it opens up more room for even more clients to come in at higher rates. So you're getting rid of lower rate clients and getting pulling in more higher rate clients. So there's lots of little tricks and tips for you. I could go on forever, and I kind of do in my course. So if you haven't seen my webinars, whether it's the Bookkeeping Life one or the Freelance Tax Preparer one, if you're into bookkeeping, great. If you're into tax, great. If you're into both, great. Check out my webinars. I have one for each. They'll be down below. And I also have courses that you can take on each. And if you want to do both, let me know, and we can work out a deal on those. But one step at a time. Take the webinar. Check out the webinars if you haven't done so yet. Shoot me any questions that you have. Just reply to this, and I'll get back to you. I always get back to everybody. I read everything, and I reply to everything. So you can read. I always make myself available. All right. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this information is valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Take care. Bye.